Hello you guys, welcome back to my channel. Today is Friday as I'm filming this, and I don't know when this will be up, but just wanted to share with you guys some of the books that I've been reading recently. If you saw my last video, I just finished reading A Court of Thorns and Roses. This is my first ever fantasy series. I used to not really read much fantasies, as you've seen prior videos to this. I've been in the YA romance genre. As of April, I've been in a big fantasy mood. And that's when I picked up my ACOTAR book and I just started reading it, and I couldn't stop reading it. I couldn't put it down. I had read this book for 4 days straight and I finished it within those 4 days actually. I was kind of getting out of a big reading slump. Right after reading ACOTAR, I got into a really big fantasy mood, and so I picked up another fantasy book. I actually picked up Once Upon a Broken Heart by Stephanie Garber because I've been seeing this book all over Bookstagram, and a lot of YouTubers have been posting about this book as well, and I've been seeing it at my local bookstore as well. So I'm still reading it. I'm actually multi-reading right now. I'm reading Once Upon a Broken Heart by Stephanie Garber and another fantasy book, which is the sequel to ACOTAR. I'm currently reading A Court of Mist and Fury. This book is so thick. It's actually like over 600 pages. But I'm actually excited to get to be reading these two books. If I finish these two books within this month, I will already read over 1,000 pages just this month, because this is 600-ish pages and this is 400 pages. So I'm excited. The game plan is that I usually switch out between chapters. So I read one chapter of Once Upon a Broken Heart and then 2 chapters of A Court of Mist and Fury. I love both of these universes. This one is more of like an Alice in Wonderland type of world, and this one you guys know from ACOTAR. As of right now, I'm actually in chapter 13 of Once Upon a Broken Heart, so I'm 105 pages in. And then on Akamov, I'm actually in chapter 8. I'm already 88 pages in for Akamov, and I'm excited to continue reading these two books.
You know just what you do to me. Play my emotions like a pair of puppet strings. Did it ever occur to you my heart's more than a toy? Please go easy on me, babe. Send message after message, forward my calls. Next day you hit me back like nothing happened at all. What about all the things you used to say to me?
Reading update time. So I have been reading Akamov for the last 2 weeks. This is week 3 reading this book. I just got done with chapter 54 and I could cry. That is my favorite chapter ever. I'm not gonna give any spoilers, but just know that that chapter alone is my favorite part of the book. Literally, it's the best. I think I could finish the book today. Hopefully I can, and then I'll catch up with you guys again. I'll give you another reading update, but so far I just made it through chapter 54, skipping chapter 55 because of the spice. So now we're gonna continue in chapter 56.
This ain't the way it's supposed to be, and you know I wouldn't do that to you. You know I wouldn't treat you that way, no.
Okay, it's the next day and I have a new book update for you guys. I finished reading Akamov. My heart cannot fathom the end of this book. I loved the entirety of this book. Actually, when I first started the book, the first 300 pages it was kind of slow for me. It took me a week and a half to get through the first half of this book because I was actually reading Once Upon a Broken Heart while I was reading Akamov. And then after I finished Once Upon a Broken Heart, I resumed reading the last half of this book. And I kid you not, the last 300 pages of this book was a real page turner. I love Risen, I loved Cassian, I loved Emran, Azrael, Farah. I loved her so much. She is like the literal main female character. Like, she was just it. She was just it. I love her so much. I love Nesta and I loved Elaine as well. They were just so great together. All of them were so great together. I loved it, but I hated Tamlin for what happened in the last half of this book. So if you guys already read this book, you know why, but if you haven't, I encourage you to start reading the first book and then the second book, and you'll understand why I hated him in this last few chapters of this book. But overall, really loved it. I gave this a 5-star. You guys know that this is a 5-star for me. I loved it so much. I will never stop raving about it, and I understand now why people are so hyped up about this one. I loved the first book, don't get me wrong. There was a lot of action in the end, and I feel like for the first 2 books of this series, it is very action-packed within the last few chapters of the books. So I feel like it goes very fast in the ends of the book. I just ordered the 3rd book and I'm waiting until it gets here. I went to the bookstore. I did see A Court of Wings and Ruin, A Court of Wings and Ruin, the next book. I already saw it at the store today and I really was tempted to just get it, but then again I already ordered it and I couldn't cancel it, so I kind of have to wait for it to come. So I'm excited to continue this series, but I do believe that I'm going to be continuing Court of Wings and Ruin in next month, because I know that I will not finish another 700 plus pages of ACOR within this month. I think it was already an accomplishment for me to read Asimov this month. I thought I wasn't going to finish it in time, but I did. And I'm so excited to be filming a monthly reading wrap-up soon, so stay tuned for that. But I finished reading this and I am in love with this story, and I cannot wait for the 3rd book and then the novella and then A Court of Silver Flames.
I've been running, can't catch up. Oh love, what I won't do. Oh, you got me chasing waterfall. Oh, you got me.
Okay, good morning, you guys. It is a couple of days later. It's 3 days later, I think. Probably. I think it's 3 days later, and I have a couple of updates for you guys. Sorry about the lighting. This is the worst quality ever. The sun isn't fully out yet. It's 6:30 a.m. right now, and it's already very humid and hot. I wanted to give an update regarding the book that I'm currently reading, because I don't know if I told you this, but the last update I gave, I think I was talking about how I finished Asimov, and I don't know if I told you this, but I immediately ordered ACOR 2 nights before, and up until today I haven't received my package yet, and last time I checked it hasn't even been delivered, so it won't be here on time, and that kind of annoys me, honestly. I want to just like stare at it and just admire it. I don't know if you book girlies feel the same way, but that's how I feel about my books. Like, I just want to look at them as soon as I get them, okay? And it's been like days since I actually ordered that book. It hasn't come yet. Anyways, everything is good. I am currently reading Magnolia Parks, as you guys saw in a couple of clips. Not a couple of clips, I guess. The last clip. Well, let me guys tell you about this freaking book. I'm in page 308, if that says anything. It's only the 4th day, I think, if that says anything to you. I'm a slow reader when it comes to a new book. I could spend like literally 4 days just to get to page 100. I'm a slow processed reader, I swear. And for me to finish 300 pages is insane, and I'm just like, despite all of the mixed reviews about this book, I honestly feel like I read this book solely for entertainment, and I don't really take it seriously, because obviously if you guys ever heard of this book, or if you've ever read this book, you know that this deals with kind of like a more sensitive topic, which is toxic relationships. What made me just enjoy the entirety of this book is the writing. Like, Jessa Hastings literally writes so well. I don't understand. As long as I was reading this, it feels like I was reading a poem. I think I could finish this book today. Maybe I'll finish it tomorrow. I don't know. I have a couple of assignments that I need to get done. So I will give more updates. If you guys follow me on Bookstagram, main Instagram, you guys would probably get more updates about the books that I'm reading and more life updates and all of that. Stay tuned for more book updates. As soon as I finish Magnolia Parks, I will be doing an April reading wrap-up. Anyways, thank you so much for watching. I'm gonna end this video here, and yeah, I will keep you guys updated for future books that I will be reading. And I'll see you guys very soon on my next video. Bye!